Alright, hello and welcome back to Brigador. Last time we got kind of crushed with Joy Bus Hellride. In a fun way though. Regardless, today we're doing a Found Ghost, which hopefully won't be as much of a nightmare, although I see it as a spacer opposition, so it might be a bit of a nightmare. Contrast, but remove opposition, 70%, opposition moderate spacer. SNC analysts have regrettably underestimated the strategic significance of the Sanyo Felix o Ermita metro station prior to it being captured by spacers. Your mission is the removal of opposition forces from Sanyo Felix. I should look up how to pronounce Brazilian words. I should for this game. Do we have... I don't think it's the same as last time, but we are familiar with all of these. Let's start with the Haas, I guess. Keep her up here. Keep in mind, this is kind of a kill everyone mission. Oh. Right, and that's our super powerful shot. Oh, this is kind of a nightmare. Also, I don't like how this thing controls at all. Well, I think we failed the no alarms challenge. Also, like how I'm just sitting there, not moving at all. Okay, that did not go well. I'm gonna try a different vehicle. I did not like the Haas. Avoid getting cornered. That might be a problem. We do have camo though, which is gonna be helpful. I think also we move a lot faster. Jeez, again. I wish I could shoot any of these. I wonder if we should like just run deeper into their territory at this point. Alright, hang on, we are kind of getting walloped here. Okay, well, driving not into that would probably help, but alright, let's see what we have to work. If we have camo again, this is an A-grav control. Okay, if we... Okay, this thing is, again, hard. It feels very hard to control. Okay, good. It's not like that. Let's try the party van. I remember being all right, honestly. What do we have? Oh, we have that. Okay. We do, okay, this is a tank control. Okay, oh, our bonus weapon is very strong. And we didn't immediately hit every single person in the universe attacking us. Okay, yeah, you setting off the alarm is kind of a problem. Okay, that did not go good either. Yeah, I think we're gonna stick with this, honestly. It's just a question of, like... Oops, okay, not setting that off for no reason, partially. I'm having so much trouble hitting anyone. It's part of the problem. I think, there we go, getting a good choke point here might help. Some, although not enough, clearly. Okay, what do we do about this? We gotta... long-range combat. Let's try this again. Oh right, we can like snipe people with this, basically. Yeah, so we can do this. And then we can like... okay. Okay, I'm doing something fundamentally wrong here. Let's try the Huss again. Okay, that helps a lot. At least getting the initial part doesn't really help. I say immediately contradicting myself. Okay, like... I need to kill you somehow. Okay. I feel like that went better somehow. I do like that as an opener. It would be nice if we could move the way I wanted and like... Okay, getting more shots would help here too. Like, I think it's just like raw power because we use a ton of our ammo there. We did survive. For now, and that's what matters. For now. This thing is kind of slow though. That is not our ammo. Although we're almost done. We're gonna try to take this slow here. Okay. Or we're gonna run for it. Please. Alright, you know what? That was terribly done, but it was done, and in the end, isn't that all that matters? I guess. What do we have we need lore. What do we have for lore? Frazzled after that. I feel like that's going to be a bit of a running theme in these missions as difficulty increases, but As long as we're still making through them in the end, I think that's fine. We got the Vorobay necropolis. Almost every Nebrian necropolis is a somber picture. Miles of evergreen, well-kept lawns surrounding fields of monuments to the dead. Like many off-world memorial districts, Sola Nobres are made of traditional materials. Stone, mostly. Quiet, human are the remains, and dust. NB. Early colonists were surprised and pleased to find easily accessible alluvial rock deposits in Nova Solo. It makes for good foundations and hardy gravestones, and a healthy funereal economy. All of which is what makes Vorobay such a surprise, mostly overgrown, with native ivy twining between and over SNC-approved engravings and great leader statuary. It's a high-traffic district for a necropolis. This is for two reasons. One, is one of the earliest, despite how small it is, so almost everyone has a relative in Vorobay. Two, once the necropolis sprawled enough to encounter the flowering offshoots of the ivy, or perhaps a grass-like symbiont, the workers discovered that the flowers were narcotic. The rumor quickly spread, and soon there were petty wars over spots on the ground claim between the development contract itself. Never one to worry over much about citizens. The SNC dealt with the matter by declaring all further development of Vorobay halted and the district itself off limit to all except relatives. Which worked to stop the immediate productivity loss, but it created a healthy community of mourners who spent almost all their free time parked in Vorobay, wandering the fields and engaging in chemically assisted contemplation of mortality. Not a bad way to unwind, all things considered. We've got Cuatro Santos. One of the oldest districts in the city, Cuatro Santos Foundation was laid in the early years of colonization. With the exception of the necropolis, many of the colonial area buildings have been demolished and are built according to great leaders' new development plan, some of which never quite came to fruition after the Troubles. Space constraints and an unruly populace led the urban planners to design a highly compact, nearly entirely self-containing district. Its geographical location, however, led to Cuatro Santos becoming a sanctuary for Corvid insurgents during the Troubles, owing to its distance from the NEP. Many Corvids from that area became key community figures and defend the area's culture and remaining buildings with zeal. Today, the district is one of the few where both the NEP and the Corvids coexist, living uneasily in tight quarters, exchanging pleasantries over metaphorical weapon sites. One wrong move and everything will disappear in a very real hail of cannon fire. That's what Afi. We'll do one more. We're gonna have to save up for Central Napo, but we do have Villa Garda Luxury Resort. One of the rare places that didn't get demolished or restructured when Great Leader took over. A luxury resort equipped with a golf course, exactly the kind his revolutionaries loved to smash apart. The spaceport saw some action back then when the concern was withdrawing their upper echelon. They paid for these beautiful wide-open views. The apparatchiks couldn't stop the hail of rockets aimed right at their private spacecraft. The resort's still there in its full pre-revolution glory, with minor repairs to maintain structural integrity. Some of the buildings were selected to be open to the public, acting as a war remnants museum chronicling the crimes of the SNC. The rest are reserved for first families and the officials who graduated from outer core residentials. Yeah, the irony was lost on them. It's a quiet place. Lay down on the grass and look towards the skies, where the guns are aiming, and enjoy the silence. Won't be much longer. Alright, so we can't afford any more of the locations for now. We do have a fair bit on the Sola Nobre to buy, which I think we will leave anyways to next time. Just make it nice and self-contained, but otherwise, yeah, for now we will call it here. And as always, thank you for watching.